Hi friends. Welcome to Content Factory. Today I am talking about iceberg. An iceberg is a piece of freshwater ice more than 15 m long that has broken off a glacier or an ice shelf and is floating freely in open water. The word iceberg is a partial loan translation from the Dutch word, literally meaning ice mountain. Smaller chunks of floating glacially-derived ice are called growlers or bergy bits. The sinking of the Titanic in 1912 led to the formation of the International Ice Patrol in 1914. Iceberg is below the surface, which led to the expression tip of the iceberg to illustrate a small part of a larger unseen issue. Icebergs are considered a serious maritime hazard. Icebergs vary considerably in size and shape. Icebergs that calve from glaciers in Greenland are often irregularly shaped, while Antarctic ice shelves often produce large tabular. The largest iceberg in recent history, named B-15, was measured at nearly 300 by 40 kilometers, 186 by 25 miles, in 2000. The largest iceberg on record was in Antarctic. Tabular iceberg measuring 335 by 97 kilometers sighted 240 kilometers west of Scott Island, in the South Pacific Ocean, by the USS Glacier on November 12, 1956. This iceberg was larger than Belgium. The largest icebergs recorded have been calved, or broken off, from the Ross Ice Shelf of Antarctica. Icebergs may reach a height of more than 100 meters above the sea surface and have mass ranging from about 100,000 tons up to more than 10 million tons. Icebergs or pieces of floating ice smaller than 5 meters above the sea surface are classified as bergy bits, smaller than 1 meter growlers. The largest known iceberg in the North Atlantic was 168 meters above sea level, reported by the USCG icebreaker Eastwind in 1958, making it the height of a 55-story building. These icebergs originate from the glaciers of western Greenland and may have interior temperatures of -15 to -20 degrees Celsius. Air trapped in snow forms bubbles as the snow is compressed to form firn and then glacial ice. Icebergs can contain up to 10% air bubbles by volume. These bubbles are released during melting, producing a fizzing sound that some may call bergy seltzer. This sound results when the water-ice interface reaches compressed air bubbles trapped in the ice. As each bubble bursts, it makes a popping sound, and the acoustic properties of these bubbles can be used to study iceberg melt. An iceberg may flip or capsize as it melts and breaks apart, changing the center of gravity. Capsizing can occur shortly after calving when the iceberg is young and establishing balance. Icebergs are unpredictable and can capsize anytime and without warning. Large icebergs that break off from a glacier front and flip onto the glacier face can push the entire glacier backwards for a few minutes, producing earthquakes that give off as much energy as an atomic bomb. In addition to size classification, icebergs can be classified on the basis of their shapes. The two basic types of iceberg forms are tabular and non-tabular. Tabular icebergs have steep sides and a flat top, much like a plateau, with a length-to-height ratio of more than 5:1. This type of iceberg, also known as an ice island, can be quite large, as in the case of Pobeda Ice Island. Antarctic icebergs formed by breaking off from an ice shelf, such as the Ross Ice Shelf or Filchneron Ice Shelf, are typically tabular. The largest icebergs in the world are formed this way. The April 1912 sinking of the Titanic, which killed 1,496 of its 2,223 passengers and crew, discredited this claim. For the remainder of the ice season of that year, the United States Navy patrolled the waters and monitored ice movements. In November 1913, the International Conference on the Safety of Life at Sea met in London to devise a more permanent system of observing icebergs. Within 3 months, the participating maritime nations had formed the International Ice Patrol. The goal of the IIP was to collect data on meteorology and oceanography to measure currents, ice flow, ocean temperature, and salinity levels. They monitored iceberg dangers near the Grand Banks of Newfoundland and provided the limits of all known ice in that vicinity to the maritime. The IIP published their first records in 1921, which allowed for a year-by-year comparison of iceberg movement. Iceberg concentrations and size distributions are monitored worldwide by the U.S. National Ice Center, established in 1995, which produces analyses and forecasts of Arctic, Antarctic, Great Lakes and Chesapeake Bay ice conditions. More than 95% of the data used in its sea ice analyses are derived from the remote sensors on polar orbiting satellites that survey these remote regions of the Earth. Subscribe this channel to get more informative videos.